All right, we are back and we got this just into the studio. This is the Legion Go S running the SteamOS operating system. Of course, this can also run Windows. This is in the Nebula Blue, or you could also get it in the white. Of course, that's the Windows version, but you can switch operating systems if you want to. You can actually download SteamOS and put it on that Windows version and vice versa. But we have the SteamOS here, and let's get it out of the box. Now, before we do open it up, I want to let you know that, like I said, this is powered by the SteamOS. It's a gaming-focused CPU here. It's the AMD Ryzen Z Go 2, but the Z1 Extreme is also available for this, from what I understand. So that's going to be a little bit more powerful. This one has 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5X memory. It's a 6400 megatransfers per second. The Z1 Extreme version with 32 gigabytes of memory, I think it's like 7500 megatransfers per second. It's got an 8-inch WUXGA IPS display. It's a multi-touch display with a variable refresh rate of 120 hertz. So that is good. And it has the Hall effect joystick, and it also has the adjustable trigger switch and so forth. So let's get it out of the box. Okay, there it is. And let me take the box out that contains the unit, or this package here. And then let's see what this is. It should be the power charger. So, yep, that's what it is. And it's a typical Lenovo one. We've seen it before. And this one is 65 watts. So USB Type-C, that's over there. Let's put it over there. And then there's a cardboard stand that I think you have to put together to show you how to do that. A kind of interesting thing. Maybe we'll have some time we'll do that. So that's how the diagram goes there for this cardboard kickboard stand that'll be included in the box. Okay, so Legion Go here. Put that out of the way. And there it is in the Nebula Blue. So here it is in the Nebula Blue, and kind of nice looking color, although the white looked really good. I had a chance to hold it and use it a little bit at CES back in January, and that's about it for this. And here you can see this is that Nebula Blue. All right, so this is that 8-inch display right there, IPS. Now, I have the 1X Player 1X Fly Pro, and I think that's what this is called. And this has an OLED display. I've been playing with this for now at least a month now. Let me wipe it down a little bit. But this has been great. I'm going to have my full review on this very soon, so stay tuned. But this is a lot smaller than this one. This has, I think, an 8-inch. This is a 7-inch display. You can see the difference in size there. The 1X Player 1X Player Pro, I think that's what it is. Again, I always get confused with the name from 1X Player, but it's a really nice unit here. Now, this comes in at $599 over at Best Buy. I'll put a link in the description below for those interested. And it's this exact version here with the Ryzen Z2 processor, the Z2 Go processor with the SteamOS, 16 gigabytes. And you get 512 gigabytes of SSD storage in this Nebula color. So that's exactly what you can expect. Again, link in the description below. Okay, so we have the analog sticks here, the D-pad here, some menu buttons and so forth. Your controls over here, triggers, 2 USB 4.0 ports right there. And then, of course, you get your volume up and down, your power button, your headphone jack, and on the bottom, a micro SD card reader. So those are the ports on this unit, and pretty good feel in the hand. Again, nice large 8-inch display. Okay, let's plug it in and let's get it going here. Let's see if that will bring juice to it. Yep, I think it should. And let's see if we can get this up and running as that lights up. And there you can see the RGB lighting on the analog sticks. And there's your touchpad, by the way. I thought it was a fingerprint scanner. Maybe it is, I don't know. But that's your touchpad, believe it or not. So far, this feels pretty good in the hands, and it has a nice ergonomic feel to it. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far with it. And here you can get a different look on that. Definitely feels pretty good in the hands. Okay, so let's get this set up. We're going to say English, and it is Pacific time right there. So far, interesting. Okay, I'm connected to my network and it is installing the SteamOS here. All right, let's get a measurement of the weight with just the unit alone. We're looking at 730 or 729 grams, and that is 1 pound, 9.7 ounces. And with the charger, you're looking at 905 grams for a total travel weight. All right, now it's asking me to sign into my Steam account. Let me do that, and we'll be right back. All right, so it's telling me to press any button to tap the screen to continue. This is the Steam button right there, as it is indicating, lit up there. Let's tap the button there, tap the screen rather. This is a quick access button right there. Press any button or tap, okay. Do that. And then Steam button shortcuts. You can take a look at that right there. So those are pretty interesting. And then volume buttons are over here. Of course, they're telling you volume up and down. Okay. Last of all, down below is the micro SD card reader, and you can see it there. So that is for storage expansion. Okay, so while it's downloading my games and so forth, you can use the joystick to navigate. And of course, everything very smooth, very fluid. Again, 120 hertz variable refresh rate. So it's all looking pretty good. You can use the touchscreen option, as you can see there. And then, of course, there is the touchpad, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's working. I don't know. But there's an update available. So let me see if that helps it with anything. Let's get that installed. And again, there's some updates and so forth. This, I don't know what's going on with that, with the touchpad. I've heard other people have some issues with this little touchpad there, but navigating with the analog sticks works pretty well. And then you use the A button to select and so forth. So, and again, it's a multi-touch display. So that's going to work out well. So here you can see we have the different menu buttons here. So if I press that button, it brings up the menu here. And then you can see you can change all the different settings, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, controller settings, and so forth. So all the things you need to do with this in terms of settings is in that control center there. Quick setting menu, brightness, pretty bright display so far. Everything looking pretty good. And so that is that. And then, of course, you can always go back home. And this is what you see on the OS screen here, home screen. So that is pretty cool. So stay tuned. I'll have a full review on this as I'm doing the updates and all that. I will put it through its paces, obviously, but that is coming very soon. So far, first impressions are I'm liking this quite a bit. The Nebula color looks great. I like the 8-inch IPS display, although I wish it was OLED. But again, at $599, I kind of understand what they're doing here. Bright display, multi-touch works well. I can't get the touchpad to work. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Probably a firmware update will fix that. The analog sticks work well. Controllers look pretty good so far, but navigating the OS with the sticks is fine, as well as the multi-touch display working fine. D-pad works fine. Triggers, we'll test all that out. Really, really nice stuff here in terms of the I/O. We got a micro SD card reader, USB 4.0 ports, 2 of them. That's pretty good. And of course, sound is looking pretty good so far, but of course, I still have to test all that. So a full review is coming. So let's get it underway here, and we'll have something for you very soon. Now, if you are a casual viewer of my content, why not hit that subscribe button? It doesn't cost anything, and it certainly helps support the channel as we make our big push for 250,000 subscribers. We're already over 226 in terms of subscribers, so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, as that is a tremendous amount of growth so far here in 2025. If you're going to buy something like the Legion Go S, why not use my affiliate links in the description below? Yes, I do get a small commission, and no, it's not a lot of money, but it does help support the channel, so I do appreciate that if you do choose my links if you're going to buy. Now, I have more to say on this very soon, but until next time, this is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next video.